All right, everybody, great to see you. Um, so I hope everything's working all right and you can hear me. Just type yes if you can hear me. Uh, so I think we should be on YouTube Live as well. All right, cool. So, hey, Howie Simeon here. You may recognize my last name when it comes to tennis elbow brace. But today we're going to discuss the pros and cons of steroid injections, or what's called cortisone injections. I'm going to elaborate and give you the scoop on this procedure. Before we get started, if you're really serious about getting tennis elbow relief, go to TennisElbow.com. So back to steroid shots. It's typically used to reduce inflammation, and if you're fortunate to reduce pain in your tennis elbow or other joints, such as your knees as well and shoulders. I want to emphasize that insurance usually only covers a maximum of 3 shots a year. And there's a good reason for that, which you'll notice later. There's a lot of literature about the effects of cortisone injections. So there are also a bunch of complications you should be aware of. By far, the most common question or comment I hear about tennis elbow sufferers is something effective. My cortisone shot wore off and I'm in pain again. And sometimes the pain is worse. I just got my shot and I'm in worst pain immediately. Or in extremely rare cases, you do see people say it was the best thing they ever did. They might come back later in pain or they might feel better. But it's actually quite uncommon to hear that everything was great in long term. So I'll share with you why I think you should think really hard about getting a steroid injection. But first, if you're really serious about getting tennis elbow relief, go to TennisElbow.com. We guide you through live support with me and Dr. Jen Diamond Hardesty, a licensed therapist, physical therapist. So now back to why I think tennis elbow sufferers should know all the risks before getting an injection. And the short-term outcomes are fairly good, or people say, oh, I feel much better. Over the long term, it can actually make your symptoms worse. Let's remember that cortisone injections are not just isolated to one part of your body. They may actually just inject in your elbow, but it actually has a systemic effect. So one story Dr. Jen likes to mentions she treats tennis elbow patients every day, but she also sees people have other ailments. So she had a patient who had a right shoulder injury. He got a shot for that, but then his left shoulder got much better as well. So that's something that medical practitioners have noticed as well. It's also known to reduce your immunity system, which makes you more susceptible to illnesses and conditions. So that's something that's really important to be aware of. And unfortunately, if you have repeated shots, doctors and even the medical journals have shown that your tendons get weaker. And the goal is to make your tendon stronger. So it's long-term, it's actually detrimental to for your tendonitis. In terms of conservative versus aggressive treatments, surgery being most aggressive and invasive, and conservative being rest and exercise, injections fall right in the middle. As with every video I make, I ask you to do your own research and verify what I said. Also ask your doctor about all the side effects or anything that you hear anywhere else. So back to the insurance thing. So insurance companies understand that they can create more problems if there's more than 3 injections a year. There could be downstream effects. So the doctors are not gonna, like, if you've had more than 3 injections in a year, that's really it's kind of scary. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Just be aware. Yes, you get relief, but another thing is sometimes people get 2 injections and they get the relief, and then the third one is just absolute like horror show. It's just all the pain. They never actually got relief, and it gets worse. So each injection you get can be worse than the previous. Never assume it's going to be the same effect. So before I forget, if you're looking for pain relief from tennis elbow at a fraction of the cost with life support and something you can use on the go, go to TennisElbow.com. Our system won't require shots or surgery. So back to the one thing I want you to remember is to be aware of the pitfalls of steroid injections, something that's offered up too quickly by medical practitioners, in my opinion, which is a shot. Again, I made the video before about the vicious cycle. If you look at that, one of them is the injections. And basically, you get the runaround, you get the doctor visits, you get the maybe anti-inflammatory pills, you get the injections. If you're lucky, a few therapy visits, and pain comes back. It's just a nasty cycle. So ask you to, if you see that video, our page, it's probably a good one to watch. So let me see. Of course, you can ask questions during this live call. Let me see. Don't see anybody right now. So yeah. So yeah, just even after this live call, just make comments below. Let me know what you think. Tell me about your experience. A lot of this, my ideas come from just clients that I've worked with, and also from Facebook posts. And I just see it's this most common question by far. It's like, I just got a shot, or people showing picture of their elbow after their shot. And, you know, like a lot of people are aware. I mean, I'll give a lot of people credit. Like they're aware, hey, they're like, you should be careful with those. So I'm just glad that the information is getting out. But if you don't know, make sure to check this, check what I said, and verify it for yourself. Okay, so yeah, if you want a deeper dive in what we call the upstream release method, but something you don't typically hear about in physical therapy offices, where we actually help you get the root cause of your tennis elbow, which is usually upstream of the elbow, around the shoulders and neck area, along with exercises and live support from Dr. Jen and myself. Go to TennisElbow.com. Just to let you know how serious we are about Tennis Elbow. We founded TennisElbow.com 3 years ago. We probably sell the most tennis elbow braces on the market under the brand name Simeon. So we've been around, and we're not going anywhere. So we're here for you. All right. Hope you found this helpful. Take care.